Hey, friends out there, this is Thursday, July 28th, 2022, and it's just about 5:46 in the morning here in Northern California. And as usual, I'll talk about a few different things today. I hope everybody's doing as good as possible in this crazy ass world, and there can be no disputing that fact. I don't care who you are, it's a crazy ass world. Doesn't make any sense at all. You know, the only way to make sense of this thing is to go directly to the one that knows everything, knows us inside and out, knows more about us than anybody else, and knows more about us than we know ourselves. And that one loves us very much. We can be sure of that. And that's important to know, you know. It really is. Very important for everybody to know that. While we may not be liked, but we may not like ourselves always either. We may be proud or glad, I like to say, for some of our behavior, some of our thinking, because our behavior starts in our thoughts, in our heart, our mind, like they say. You know, the heart and mind go together. They merge and influence one another. And then it comes out our mouth, and then it comes out our behavior. While we may not be proud of all of our behavior, I think most people would agree that they're not proud of all their behavior. And that stems from not being proud of all the thoughts they harbor in their heart and in their mind. Because invariably, inevitably, those things will come out of our mouth. And that's behavior. That alone is behavior right there. Scripture says that we'll all be held accountable for every careless word we've ever spoken. Now, to this day, I am quite capable of saying something stupid. And, you'd think after all the experience I've had talking that that wouldn't be the case, but it's not. And, when I'm uploading these videos, I'm using the mini DV camcorder. It's a very nice Sony product. And, but I like it, digital little mini cassette, you know. But I'm using DV cam mode, which is the higher quality. I could get an hour out of the tape, but I get approximately 41 and a half minutes out of this tape. But it is a good medium, you know. But when I'm uploading it, and I have to listen to myself, and I think, why don't I think to edit something out after I say it and it sounds stupid? Well, take it out, you know. But then I think, you know what? Nothing wrong with a little humility. I mean, humility has never killed anybody. All it's done is help us. And yes, humility and humiliation are kind of one and the same. It goes together. It's like admitting when you're wrong, confessing. That's where it all comes in. It's being honest with ourselves. So yeah, I'm capable of being a dumbass. Better than being a jerk, right? You know? So, but there was a term that I used last week, and it got me to thinking, sucking noodles. You know, when I'm talking about a subject like social economic fairness, when I'm so passionate about this subject, and I think, oh, why am I using a goofy saying like that? You know, try to sound cute, like try to be funny. It's like, but really, the essence of it, when you think, well, where does it come? When you think about literally sucking noodles, and then the metaphor for that, what would it be? When we're eating noodles, right, you want to savor the noodles. But if you're sucking noodles, it's very unpleasant. Nobody would do that unless you're in a hurry and you're neurotic. Why would you do that? Why even consume the pasta unless you're going to enjoy it and savor it, right? But if you're gagging on it and then you feel sick to your stomach later, that's not good. You know, to use it as a metaphor and looking at the literal, right? Which is what a lot of idioms are, right? It's kind of a play on words. And, but, you know, It is. It's a real word. It just sounds goofy. Noodles. I mean, you can use that for your brain. Your noodle, right? Are you using your noodle? Try to sound cutesy, right? But I just don't like it. I don't. I probably will never use the term again because I think it sounds stupid and people don't understand it because they're not thinking about, how unpleasant it is to suck noodles because maybe you're in a hurry, whatever. You're not aware. You're not in the moment, savoring and enjoying the flavors, right, of your noodles. So why bother? It's kind of like life. For a lot of people, this cognitive dissonance is wide-reaching, and they don't know. They really, at the end of the day, they don't know who they are. They think they do, but they're superficially understanding who they are, based on the ego and things like their possessions. We all like possessions. Believe me, I love my possessions. I mean, a lot of them can be pretty inexpensive, and still, I like them. I like toys and things to fidget with, gadgets and stuff. Why not? I mean, especially if it's affordable, right? So, I mean, there's ways that we can entertain our hands besides doing things we don't necessarily want to do, we think we want to do. But a lot of people just don't know who they are, and it's understandable. It's our training. We're brought up like dumb, mute, brute beasts. That's what the system wants. It wants stupid, divided people. And we can be that. And when we're not in our right minds, and for a lot of people, that's easy to do, to not be in our right mind. And for everybody does it sometimes. We can be blind. We're not living in the moment. We're not living our lives like all we've been promised is this moment. That's eternity. All your past, all the future is all contained in this very moment. So be here now. But from birth, we have this thing called a cost of living shoved down our throats by evil men. So we're all mind effed from Jump Street. That's my point here. That we don't know reality. I mean, how many people can scarcely even imagine? I can't even comprehend a world, a society functioning without any form of money. But yet, do they ever think about God's point of view? And just put yourself in God's shoes. You're God's equally beloved child. It's God's planet. If you were God, what would you do? You could tell your kids, yeah, you got to use this money that creates a really uneven, unfair playing field. You see, we're all forced to suck noodles. Cram it down your throat. Hurry up. Set your alarm. Get to work. Hurry up. Hurry up. Who are those idiots on the road? Get out of my way. I'm in a hurry. I got bills to pay. Time is money, right? So they turn us into a lot of neurotic, dumbass, narrow-minded, small-minded, short-sighted buffoons. That's what the evil men have done to us. And we're going to take it, and all these freaking politicians, Democrats and Republicans, look it up. Do your own research. The vast majority are multimillionaires. They're, by default position, utterly out of touch with the average American person, debasing our money. How do you think they're carrying this national debt of some $30 trillion? Oh, we're going to squabble over minimum wage and raise the interest rate a fraction of a percent. All this BS, man, utter BS, that they get people to buy. All these serious economists out there. They all sicken me in my stomach. They're all freaking in cahoots, colluding. Silent. It's the worst kind of collusion. A lot of gaggles of investors in the diamonds, in the houses, whatever we can do and manipulate the market. Okay, with regulators, we bought them a long time ago. They're dead in the water. We don't have to worry about nothing, Jack. Ethics in real estate, oh, forget it. It's dog eat dog, fella, get with it. It's a rat race, man. We mean business. We're cutthroat. We'll do whatever it takes to get ahead because I want to succeed. I don't care what it takes. I don't care about the casualties, the homeless. I don't care about Jesus, you goody two-shoes, delusional dumbasses believing in God, your laws, your ethics. They're in breach of the supreme law of the American land, the Constitution. All these politicians, they're colluding. They've got every motivation in the world. I mean, if there was a criminology department in charge of investigating politicians and their relationship with the American people to make sure it's on par with the best interests of not some of the American people on an exclusively privileged basis, but on all, you heard me, all. Okay, that's all I'm asking for is fairness. We got to play this game called capitalism shoved down our throat. I mean, it's anti-capitalism, shoved down our throats from birth. It's anti-capitalist. It's supply and demand turned on its head. The less we sell, well, now they got the public to basically understand. You understand with all these damn hybrid cars and electric cars, I mean, they're gaining popularity, man. They'll put us out of business. So we've got to compensate for lower sales. You understand? It's the opposite of supply and demand. The less demand, the more you got to pay. You see why it pisses me off? And then they sell it as capitalism. They sicken me to my core. They're anti-American. They're anti-Christ. They're anti-God. They're anti-you. They're anti-me. They're anti-humanity. They're anti-ethics and rules. Fairness. They're anti-fairness. These politicians. That's how they're carrying this. They're paying the interest on this principle, $30 trillion principle. They're carrying it on the backs of the poor. That's evil. Utterly, unambiguously evil. For one, I'm sick of it. And if we don't demand justice, I don't care how fairly you're being treated. If you don't give a damn about others, you don't give a damn about Christ. And what's he going to say on Judgment Day? You deserve to be told he gives a damn about you? That he doesn't have the same attitude as you? Hey, nothing personal, it's just business. Now remember, okay, I want to season what I say with this caveat. Okay, we've all heard this saying, if the shoe fits, wear it. Look, my friends, look, I'm on everybody's side. I learned that from Christ. Read the teachings for yourself, you'll understand. Doesn't mean I agree with you. Doesn't mean I like you. But I love you for sure. Yeah, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a devil worshiper. I've got an obligation to love you if I'm going to be right with Christ myself. And I can't feign it. There's pseudo love. It's a lie. So I've got to really do it or else I'm a liar too. And that's the whole devil's nature of being evil. People can't be honest and say, am I simply treating others the way I want to be treated? No. But if the shoe fits, wear it. If it doesn't fit, don't wear it. That's the point I'm trying to make. But friends, listen, I have to be on everybody's side. I just have to believe we're one family, and I don't care how screwed up, how deep a hole that brother or sister got themselves in. It's not my job to condemn them. It's my job to do what Christ said to do. And he gave the analogy of the parable of the shepherd with 100 sheep. 99 follow him and obey him and go where they're supposed to go. One doesn't. And that's a job. You profess to be a Christian. You profess to be a believer. I don't care if you're Jew, Muslim, otherwise. Or just a goody two-shoes, Buddhist. You're into ethics and good things, right?